Your 13th year, and obviously it means a lot to you.
Yeah, it sure does, and I think Mike has done a tremendous job for a long time with a lot of help and support from a lot of other people, and obviously anything that is helpful to create opportunities for young people is something that we certainly support with Nick's kids, and that's our philosophy as well. So this is always an opportunity for us to show our support for Mike and what he does with Team Focus, and we're always happy to do it.
Hey, Coach, what has Jalen Armour Davis from St. Paul's here in Mobile and Tommy Brown from Modern Day High School in California done to improve their chances of contributing?
Well, both guys had really good springs. Both guys have made tremendous improvement. Both guys have a lot of knowledge and experience based on being in the program for several years. So I think both guys are really competing for starting positions, and we have a lot of confidence in both guys.
Coach, got to ask, your friend Jimbo said yesterday that at some point while you're in Tuscaloosa, he was going to beat your butt. That wasn't the word that he used, but did you have any response for that?
In golf?
I think you meant on the football field.
Well, I'm sure there'll come a day, but is that what he was talking about? Football?
He was talking about football.
Oh, he was? He used to be on my noontime basketball league. I guess, we're no longer partners, when it comes to that. They have a really good team, really good program, and, they're getting better and better all the time. And there's a lot of challenges in the SEC, and they're certainly one of the up-and-coming programs, and he's always been a great coach, did a great job for us when he was with us, and he's had a great career as a head coach. So, it's going to be a challenge for us, no doubt, when we have to play him.
In '77, when you were linebackers coach at Syracuse, how much did you learn when your team had to practice against Art Monk every day?
1977? I can't remember what I did last week.
Well, last week,
Art Monk was a great player, and I can tell you an Art Monk story. After his freshman year, he was thinking about giving up football, and I remember Westchester County was my recruiting area, and in those days, you could ride guys home, when the semester was over, and was going out recruiting, and spent a long time talking with him about how it might benefit him and his future if he stuck with football. And he made the decision to do that, not because of me, but I always remember that ride from Syracuse to Westchester County. And I always had a tremendous amount of respect for, Art Monk when we played, when he was at the Redskins and I was at the Browns, and they beat us pretty consistently. I remember that part better than 1977.
well, you remember last week, obviously, the draft, and what it means to you to see your guys, 6 of them, a record number, go in the first round, and what that means in today's society for recruiting.
Well, I feel like a proud papa, I guess, to put it as simply as I can, relative to seeing guys who they have hopes and dreams, their families have hopes and dreams of what they may be able to accomplish, as football players. And obviously, wherever you get picked in the draft is a starting point, and it's great to get picked in the first round. But I always tell players it's, what you make of the opportunity and what you make of your career. But I was really excited for those guys. Those guys did a great job for us last year. I mean, they were great leaders on the team, showed tremendous maturity and overcoming adversity. Whatever the disruption was, they didn't skip a beat. This team had great team chemistry, and a lot of it was because of the senior leadership and a lot of the guys that got drafted in the first round.
A lot of great high school football players are watching that draft too.
Yeah, well, I think they all have the same goals and aspirations, and we have more guys drafted than any program in the country. We have more guys playing in the NFL than any program in the country. So we have the opportunity to recruit a lot of good players, and we do a pretty good job of developing them as well.
Dylan Moses was not drafted. Was that injury related, do you think? Was that kind of
Completely.
like him doing?
It had nothing to do with what kind of football player he is. It was all based on medical grades by the teams, which frankly was a little surprising to me. My time in the league, when guys were injured and they came back and played, that usually got out of that 5 medical grade, which is undraftable. Might have been a 4 medical grade, which means the guy does have an injury. It could be a problem in the future, but he's come back and played with it, so we ought to give him an opportunity, which I certainly think that's where Dylan Moses should have fallen for sure and should have gotten an opportunity because he played all season long for us. And I think that should be good enough indicator that, he could play in the NFL. Don't forget, when I was the coach at the Miami Dolphins, doctors failed Drew Brees on a physical. And from that time on, he made about 14 Pro Bowls, won a Super Bowl, passed for like, I don't know how many thousands of yards. So I guess they make mistakes too.
All right, guys. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.